Well, hello there, Cancer. It is so good to see you again. If it's your first time on the channel, welcome. We're so glad to have you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today, we are doing your weekly tarot reading. This is good for the week of October 10th through the 16th. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all your support. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Elephant spirit, learn from the past. I know you have had this recently, that same energy, and higher power. Yeah, there's something happening this week that is, it's all about listening to your intuition, to your gut about this situation. But you have the wisdom. The wonderful thing about the elephant is that you have the wisdom. You have gone through a similar situation, either with the same person or job or whatever this is, right? You've been on this path before in some capacity. And it could have been with a different person or job or situation. But you can see clearly the way that you need to proceed in this situation. Yeah, really. Okay, so lovely. It has something to do with a milestone, a goal that you are trying to achieve. There's something coming in this week that is, I feel going to kind of like be a little bit of an obstacle, holding you back from perhaps what it is that you're looking to achieve. But you have, yeah, High Priestess again. Wow, with the Hierophant. Whoa. The High Priestess and the Hierophant are extremely wise. It can indicate a twin flame connection, but it's also, you have the wisdom within you. You have the wisdom from the past. For some of you, it could be even from a past lifetime. It's almost as if you see this situation for what it is. You can see it clearly, but it may not be playing out in the 3D. It's kind of like this, it's playing out in your mind, in your intuition, using your intuition to guide you through this situation that you're having this week. There could be a lot of anxiety about this. You have the Page of Pentacles, somebody coming in and giving some information, an offer. Something is being presented to you that is going to bring you a lot of anxiety. And it's because of something from the past. So you see the shadow back here, right? That's some painful situation from the past. You've moved on from it, but the pain of that situation is kind of being triggered in this situation. So your fears, based on that past experience, are kind of coming to light in this situation. Because here we are at the beginning of the week, you have your energy is wanting to increase. It could be increasing your finances. It could be increasing your health. It could be increasing your relationship, the connection, a connection that you have of some sort. Stepping into this truth of, okay, I want to bring more joy, more happiness, more fulfillment in a particular situation in my life. Whether, once again, it's relationship, career, financial, or even just with yourself. It's almost as if you're getting really kind of clear about what the truth is that you want about a certain situation. Yeah, there's that Page of Pentacles again. Interesting, because we have the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and then we have the Devil. So the Devil is representing attachments. It could be an attachment to a specific outcome that you are looking for in a certain situation. Okay. It could also be that, a habit or something that you're understanding that there's something that you're attached to that is preventing this increase. It's almost as if you're getting truthful with yourself about how, some belief system, some relationship, dynamic that you have in your life. It could be also, it could be a habit that you have say that you're recognizing you're trying to increase your health, okay, and you're recognizing that you never exercise, you have a habit of not exercising. You're understanding, okay, I have to let go of this idea that I like being a couch potato, right, and that I'm lazy. I have to let go of that kind of idea about myself in order to really step into this energy of truly loving myself. Because I feel like there's something, we have the Page of Pentacles twice. There's an offer that's wanting to come in. You're almost like blocking it at this time because you're not recognizing there's something in your own vicinity, okay, or your own thinking patterns, your own behaviors that are preventing this. You're getting crystal clear about that at the beginning of the week. Now, it's interesting because on Sunday, October 9th, we have the full moon in Aries, which has us get really kind of clear with ourselves. What is it that I need to change in order to bring in the things that I want, right? Seeing clearly what is holding you back, what you may need to release, or what you may need to change in your own thinking or behavior in order to move forward. This past experience, okay, is kind of being highlighted because I feel like you may, during this full moon, kind of like be activated, be like thinking back to a time like, when you were a child, or, years ago, right? That you kind of forgot. Oh, wait a minute. I was in a similar situation. Like perhaps, you're closer to, midlife or something like that. And you're really wanting to get healthier, right? You want to get healthier. And you're kind of like, yeah, but I'm just lazy, I don't like to exercise, saying things like that to yourself instead of saying, I want to be healthy, so I enjoy doing activities that make me feel healthier, right? You're kind of like stuck maybe in some negative mind thinking. But then all of a sudden you realize that, well, wait a minute, when I was in high school and I was trying to, prepare to be in a track event or something, I changed my eating habits and it really wasn't that bad. And I lost some weight, in the process. So it's kind of like you're thinking back to another situation in your life that is giving you a little bit of encouragement and insight that, hey, I've been able to overcome this obstacle in the past or a similar obstacle. And now I can do this too, because you're trying to put behind you these negative thoughts and take a step onto a new path. You're trying to change direction. You realize that if you stay on the same path of perhaps, eating, junk food all the time and not exercising, that if you stay on this path, it is going to bring you to the point where you are truly unhealthy, and then you may not have a choice. You may be forced to make a change, right? And so now what you're doing is you're kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of worried, you could even have like a parent that, had issues with diabetes or maybe even like alcoholism or something like that. And you're kind of like, I'm fearing that I'm kind of like going down that same path. You're almost like recognizing you're at this age perhaps where you can see, oh, a parent made this choice and then, oh my goodness, I don't like the path that led them to, right? The outcome. So it's like, I want to change directions. I want to, look at how that, if I continue on the same path, I'm not going to get where I really want to be. I'm not going to hit this milestone of being able to, stay active until a very late age. Yeah, you really are. You're working on this. This is what you're overcoming this week. King of Cups, your energy, deciding to go in a different direction, willing to work on this. This could even be in your own work. So say, for instance, you had a parent that was had a corporate job and then, worked themselves until 65 when they retired, and then, they got a gold watch and that was it. And you're kind of like, oh my gosh, that is not what I want for myself, and maybe you have a corporate job right now, but you're like, I want to go in a different direction. I want to start my own business. I want to feel fulfilled in my work. I really feel like there's almost this looking at somebody else's life type of energy, and then deciding that's not what I want for me and making a big change. Yeah, because what you're doing here, your advice is to kind of do this inner healing, right? About what you think is the status quo. It could be that you have, been in a family that for generations has had, difficulty with alcoholism or a health issue of some sort, or perhaps not having enough money when they get to retirement or something like that. It's kind of like almost this sense of something that has happened in generationally, and that's why I feel like this energy is here. You're here in order to break this cycle. You are being asked, hey, let's heal what is kind of like generational for your family, ancestral patterns, breaking ancestral patterns. For some of you with the devil, it could even, it could be substance abuse or something like that. It could also even be any type of abuse, within your family. So, physical abuse or emotional abuse. It's almost as if you're seeing the pattern clearly. And now you're being asked to break that pattern. Very spiritual energy here. So if you feel like, you're truly on a spiritual journey and part of your purpose is seeing patterns in perhaps other people, okay, that aren't maybe necessarily to do with you, you may have a really, it's kind of interesting that the scenario that they're giving me, like you can maybe watch 3 different movies and you can see how the main characters are all kind of like on a similar path that would not be maybe so crystal clear to other people. It's almost like you're being given some type of clarity about patterns of behavior or thinking in different scenarios with different people. You could even be some type of an analyst of some sort, either financial or, even psychiatry or something like that. And it's almost as if you're starting to see those and you realize, like, it becomes crystal clear. Wait a minute, there's a pattern of behavior in my family ancestral line. It's time for me to heal this, to break this pattern. And I had the deck upside down, so let's shuffle one more time. Yeah, they showed me 6 of Cups on the bottom. So I feel like this is something that is in your ancestor. Yeah, there you are, Chariot, your own energy, King of Pentacles. Yeah. Wow, lots of divine masculine. And it's so interesting. In my readings, I've had so much divine feminine. And now look at this. Like, it's extremely divine masculine here. This is helping you. The Chariot card is understanding that you have to bring balance into your own life in order to help to heal this, right? You see this pattern within yourself. You know that you have to go in a different direction in order to break the pattern that is in your ancestral line. And so it's kind of like a little bit of getting the horses to go in the right direction. It's almost as if you have to, your ancestral energy is taking you in one direction and you want to go in the other direction. That 2 of Wands, right? And you're having to pull them together in order to go forward and to find victory in this. Look at, you have the Emperor, you have the King of Pentacles, and then you have the 4 of Cups. For some of you, I'm going to say this could even be, the Emperor is a very controlling energy, right? Trying to control using money, trying to control money. Being highly focused on building big businesses or corporations, a little bit of a sense of greediness, little bit of that sense, what you're understanding is that this is no longer fulfilling. It's almost as if you realize that you could be in a long line of business owners or entrepreneurs, family. Yeah, you have this has to end in order to get inspired to go in this new direction towards something that you really and truly love. I feel like you could be focusing on, we have the King of Pentacles here. You could be focusing on your health, understanding that, you could be putting your time and energy into just building, okay? Or acquiring things, materialistic things, almost this sense of, I don't want to say hoarding, but it's almost like just having things to have things to prove something. It's almost like you understand that either you or your family has always been focused on the more the better, and what you're realizing is that you're losing your grounding here. You're only focused on material things, and you're recognizing that's not fulfilling my heart. What I really want is, you're recognizing this is just kind of like broken your heart. It's really betrayed what it is that you truly want, because then you have the Two of Cups. I feel like some of you may even be moving towards pulling yourself away from family energy that is kind of like focused on the material, understanding that, in the end, you could even be betrayed by your own family in some way. But this is bringing you to a lovely Two of Cups energy, coming into understanding what it is that you truly want, and then kind of moving in that direction. Wow, really kind of a profound reading. And obviously, I don't think this is a weekly tarot reading. I don't think this is going to play out in 1 week. I think you're understanding, you may be getting the insight this week about how something in your life is really holding you back from feeling fulfilled, from feeling, true joy and happiness in your life, because the focus has been on something else. Okay, and Cancer, I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I know they keep they're still sending me messages here. There is almost this sense that this will not resonate with every, Cancer. It's almost this energy here of, kind of like a family that has a tremendous amount of power, okay, and prestige and money, that you could be part of a family that's like that. And it's almost like you recognize there's no love in this family. It's really just about building more wealth or something like that. And it's not like you don't want to have things in your life, material things in your life, right? And you deserve that. But at the same time, you're understanding it's not the fulfillment. You've been chasing after a dream, okay, that you realize is no longer fulfilling your heart and your soul. So what can we say? Whom can I release my judgment right now? Judgment closes our heart to truth and separates us from love. It blinds us to our fear and holds us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment right now? Is it someone in your life? Is it yourself? Release the shackles, drop the expectations, and be grateful for what is. Yeah, I feel as if there's almost this sense you could, and I really feel, Cancer, like this comes from your ancestral line, your family line, this mentality, this judgment. It could be that you've been in a family that feels like, well, we don't have to take care of other people. We just, everybody needs to take care of themselves, and, just really builds a lot of wealth or something like that. And when you're realizing, okay, you've gotten to this point, you've gone so far in your spiritual journey, you're kind of getting to this point. I think you could put this to the side for a while, because maybe you're in this family that feels that way, but you have been generous, right? You've kind of been generous to other people, to charities, to, having compassion for people. And now you're at this point where you recognize, in order to truly break this cycle, now I can't continue to try to play both games. It's almost as if you decide, I have to go in a different direction in order to break this ancestral line. You could be getting to the point where you're having children, or your children are getting old enough to understand material things, and also about being generous to others, right? That the world isn't really about how much you own. It's, about how much love you give to others. So I feel like you're kind of coming into this energy of understanding the path that you have been on has kind of been ingrained in you, right? Not just with your childhood, but maybe in even past lives. It's been part of who you are. In order to break that, in order for your children to become more empathetic, and have more empathy and compassion and generosity to others, you almost have to take the focus off of what do we have, right, into how can we give. So really interesting energy. I'd love to hear in the comments how this might resonate with you. All right. Well, Cancer, I really do appreciate all of your support of liking, commenting, subscribing, and I do hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light to you. Bye for now.